Hello students, welcome to lecture 6 of online chemistry classes. In last class we learned about the significant figures. We started with one statement that every scientific measurement involves certain uncertainty into it. Two causes of uncertainty. One is the skill of observer, and another is the limitation of the instrument. So due to these uncertainties, whenever we report the result, that result contains some digits which are certain and plus one last digit which is uncertain. So from that we develop a concept called as significant figures, which is a combination of certain digit plus one last uncertain digit. Then we have seen certain rules for significant figures. All non-zero digits are significant. All zeros between two non-zero digits are significant. Those zeros which are placed before digits, they are insignificant. Those zeros which are placed to the right of decimal points are significant. If number ends with 0 and those zeros are not after the right of decimal point, those zeros may be significant or may not be significant. We have seen some examples of that. If number is exact, like 1 dozen is nothing but 12 objects, it has infinite number of significant figures, and the last uncertain digit which is non-significant is rounded off. And we have seen certain rules for rounding off. If the digit to be dropped is more than 5, the previous digit increased by 1. If it is less than 5, if digit to be dropped is less than 5, it is dropped as it is. If it is 5 and previous digit is even, it is kept as it is. If it is odd, we have to add 1 into the previous digit. Then we have seen certain examples how to identify the significant figures into it. This number is given 0.000648, and we said that only 3 significant figures are there because the zeros which are placed to the left, they are insignificant. Then these zeros are significant because they are between two non-zero digits. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 non-zero digits, they are significant. Decimal point is not counted as the significant figure. 1, 2, 3, 4 this is significant because this is to the right of decimal point. If number is expressed in capital N into 10 raised to n, only that capital N, this part, is responsible for the significant figures. So we have 1, 2, 3 non-zero digits which are significant. This is the exact number, so it has infinite number of significant figure. This 6000, the zeros, the number ends with zeros and they are to the right. There is no decimal point. So it can be 1 because it can be written as 6 into 10 raised to plus 3. It can be 2 because it can be written as 6.0 into 10 raised to plus 3. It can be 3 if 600.0 into 10 raised to plus 3. Or it can be 4 when 6000 into 10 raised to 0, which is 1, can be written. Then this, we have to write this in a scientific notation, and then we have to write the significant figures. This decimal point should be kept here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have shifted it to right. 10 raised to minus 5. 7.36. So 3. 3.6. 1, 2, 3. Again 10 raised to minus 3. 3.60. So it is 3. Then 1.0500. We have shifted to left. 1, 2, 3, 4. 10 raised to 4. And it is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. That's That's why we have written as the 3 only. Then this one, sorry, if we write like this, this can be 3. Then this one we can write this as 7.20 into 10 raised to plus 6, it will be 3. 7.2, it can be 2. 9.82, 9 into 9.82 into 10 raised to 2, and it can be 9.82, which is 3. So not at all difficult concept these are. Only what are the rules applicable, that all we have to remember and we have to apply it. Now we'll go in further step how to add the numbers, subtract the numbers, multiply the numbers, divide the numbers, mathematical operations we have to do, and then result is to be reported according to the certain rules. That rules we have to follow now. So addition and subtraction and multiplication and division of these numbers with significant figures. This is the point we are dealing with now. So we can say that calculations involving significant figures. This is the part we are dealing with. The first part we will deal with is the addition or subtraction, because for addition and for subtraction same rules are to be followed. We write one sentence to know how exactly the rules are to be followed. So answer should have after the addition or subtraction, answer should have same number of decimal places. Same number of decimal places. Same number of decimal places in number having least number of decimal places. Least number of decimal places. Now we have to understand what we are writing here, because very important statement we have written, that when we add or subtract, addition and subtraction, or mathematical operation we are doing here, how to report the answer? Answer should have same number of decimal places in a number having least number of decimal places. Now I will give an example. Many examples I will give so that you can understand it. So the first example which I am giving here is the first one, that we are adding here 33.3 plus 3.11 and plus 0.313. We are adding here 33.3 plus 3.11 plus 0.333. The first has one decimal place. One decimal place, I write DP means decimal place. It has two decimal places and it has three decimal places. So we are adding the numbers which are having different number of decimal places. We add this first, and after addition of this we get 36.723. As these are very simple additions, I have written answer already. You can verify it by simple calculator. Now the rule says that answer should have same number of decimal places in a number having least number of decimal places. Now least number of decimal places between 1 to 3 is 1 decimal place. So answer should have only 1 decimal place, means point only 7 is to be written. It means 2 is to be dropped. If 2 is to be dropped, 2 is less than 5. It is dropped as it is. So what should be our answer? Answer should be 36.7. This should be the correct answer here. 36.7 should be the answer here. You are understanding this? It should have least decimal place. We will give another example. Now, I will write here why I have written this answer. Answer should be reported to 1 decimal place. Answer should be reported to 1 decimal place. I will give another example. I hope that will solve yourself now because you understood rule is very simple. 3.1421 plus 0.241 plus 0.09. This is 4 decimal places because after decimal point 1, 2, 3, 4 digits are there. After decimal point 1, 2, 3, 3 decimal places. After decimal point 1, 2, 2 decimal places. Least is this one. So if we add all these things, it is 3.4731, and we should say that answer should be reported to 2 decimal places. So 3 is to be dropped, and we can drop 3 as it is. So we can write this as 3.47 as the answer here. See one more example I will give. You can give many more examples, but if you understood rule, it's just repetition. 62.831, and from that we are subtracting because the same rule is applicable for subtraction also. 24.5492. So the number of decimal places here, 3 decimal place because 3 digits after this decimal place. Here is decimal place 1, 2, 3, 4. Least is 3. Answer is 38.2818. 3 decimal points answer should reported to. Answer should be reported to, yes, 3 decimal places. 1, 2, 3. 8 is to be dropped. 8 is more than 5. This is odd number. 1 is to be added. 38.282 is the answer. 38.282 is the answer. So you just see these numbers and you will understand how we have done this. Addition and subtraction, same rule is applicable. Answer should have same number of decimal places. When you report the final answer, it should have same number of decimal places in number having least number of decimal places. So here 1 decimal place, 1 decimal place, 2 decimal place, 2 decimal place, 3 decimal place, 3 decimal place. And what is to be done to other numbers? They are to be dropped. But how they are to be dropped? According to the rule of rounding off the numbers, as it is clear from this example. Now we'll see the rule of multiplication and division. It's different than the addition and subtraction. So I will just run this. You can pause the video and you can complete the example. The calculations are not important. Calculations are done by calculator, but number of decimal places to be counted and answer should be reported correctly. That is more important. So in the second case, which is nothing but multiplication or division, multiplication or division, we'll write again one important statement here. Answer should have same number of significant figures. Now decimal points are immaterial here. Number of significant figures, same number of significant figures possessed by least precise term. Least precise means that term which has least number of significant figures. So see the statement first, we will understand the meaning of the statement. Answer should have same number of significant figures as possessed by least precise term. Least precise term means least significant figure. For example, see the example. First example I am giving here is 142.06. 142.06 is to be multiplied by 0.23. Yes, it is to be multiplied by 0.23. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It has 5 significant figures. Now we are not dealing about the decimal places. Decimal places we have to deal with addition and subtraction. Here we are dealing with significant figures. Here it is 2 significant figures. So least precise, least significant figure is this one. So our answer should have 2 significant figures. See the answer here. It is 32.6738. Again I am saying that you do a calculation yourself with calculator. If I do once again, it will take time. Answers are not important. How we are reporting the answer is important in this particular case. So answer should have 2 significant figures. Answer should have 2 significant figures. It means this all is to be dropped, 6 has to be dropped, which is more than 5. So 1 is to be added to the previous digit. So answer should be 30. This is the way in which answer is to be reported. See the next example. 51.028 is to be multiplied by 1.31. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 significant figures, and it is 3 significant figures. 3 is least. First multiplied. The answer is 66.84668. Answer should have 3 significant figures. Means 4 is to be dropped, we can drop it as it is. 66.8 should be our answer. We'll take one more example of division now. I hope that you are understanding this example, not at all difficult. If you are finding it difficult, you can clarify it. The third one is 0.90 divided by 4.26. It has 2 significant figures and it has 3 significant figures. The list is 2 here. First we'll do the division itself. The division is 0.2112676. It should be reported only to 2. Means 2 1 should be retained, 1 is dropped, we can drop as it is. Answer should have two significant figures. That's why it is 0.21. This is the answer here. To solve this example, you see this example once again. And once again, if you solve this without seeing as a practice, definitely you will get it. Now, one more point we will add here in this multiplication and division. I'll write that point here. Presence of exact number in expression does not affect the significant figures in answer. Now, what do we mean by this? See, what we mean by this. If we are going for this calculation, 4.28.146 into 3 divided by 0.0418, the answer is 44.84784. And we are looking into significant figures now. It is 1, 2, 3 significant figures here. 1, 2, 3, 3 significant figures, 1 significant figure, 3 significant figures. Now, least significant figure is 1. So, we cannot write this answer as just 4. This will be wrong, isn't it? Because we already said that answer should have same number of significant figures possessed by least precise. Least precise is 3 here, which has only 1 significant figures. But 44.84784 cannot be reported as 4. That would be the very, very wrong answer. So what the rule says, presence of exact number, 3 is the exact number here, in expression does not affect the significant. Means we have to leave it. We have to leave this. Leave means not in multiplication we have to leave this. But this one number should not decide our answer. 3 significant figure is list here. Means 44 should be our answer. 4 is to be dropped. We can drop as it is, because 4 is less than 5. So answer is 44.8. That would be the correct answer, because this also has 3 significant figures, and apart from this 1 significant figure, other terms contains 3 significant figures. I hope that you understanding the rules of addition, subtraction and multiplication and division. Addition, subtraction, those numbers which we have to add, see the decimal places, identify this decimal place, answer should also report it to only those many decimal places. Multiplication and division, count the significant figures, select the least significant figure, answer also should be reported to the least significant figure. So it just needs practice and understanding rules again and again, and how to round off the particular digit. I hope that you understood these 6 examples and 2 operations. But before just concluding this part, I will give you some homework. But I will not solve those questions once again in the classroom, because it will take more time. I will give you an answer. You just verify it. And if you have doubt, there are 2 ways to clear it. You can call on my number. Maybe at this point you have my mobile number. or if you have more doubt, you can come to college before calling. You fix one time. I will be here in college and I will personally solve your doubt. But don't keep these doubts in mind. Again and again I am saying this because student may feel that when we meet we'll clear doubt, but don't postpone it, isn't it? You have to take permission of your parent and you can come and I will personally solve these questions for you because this is to be cleared, right? So I will give you homework and I will write the answer also and you have to verify it because why I am doing this 100% homework, because I feel that you can do it. This is not that much difficult questions. If it would have been difficult, definitely I also would have solved with you on the board. But let's see how you do it. But I have already told you I am always ready to explain these answers. There is no difficulty in explaining this answer for you. So the homework is add the following quantities. Add the following quantities expressed in grams to proper number of significant figure. The first is 25.340 plus 5.465 plus 0.322. When we add decimal point 1 to 3 places, 1 to 3 places, 1 to 3 places, answer also should have 3 decimal places. So I am writing the answer as 31.127 and they have said it in gram. So I just write this as G. G is not 9. I am writing this as G for gram. See the next one. 58.0 plus 0.0038 plus 0.000. One more 0, 1. 1 decimal place, 1, 2, 3, 4 decimal place, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 decimal place. Answer should be reported to 1 decimal place. And I am writing the answer as 58.0 gram. Only 1 decimal place. I will get an answer and I have to round it off. I have not written what answer we got. I have written what it to round it off. Right. Now, or I'll just write it is equal to, so that you can verify that also, is equal to 31.127, and that's why this is the answer, because anyway 3 decimal places. What we will get here is 58.00381, and that's why this is our answer. The third one is 4.20, 1.6523 plus 0.015. What we get is 5.8673 gram. And see what answer I am writing. 5.8687 gram is the answer. Now why I have reported like that? That is, you have to find it out by applying rules. 5.5 gram, 3.64 gram plus 0.238 gram. Answer is 419.378 gram, and hence answer is to be reported 419.4 gram. Right. So this is for addition. I'll write subtraction also. Right. So I just add here only 6.472 minus 2.12. Same rules are applicable here also. 4.352 gram, and that's why I'm writing it as 4.35 gram. And the next one is 86.5 minus 5.025. I will get 81.475 gram. And see how I have rounded it off. 81.5 gram. So just do it once again, and I have told you if you are not getting these answers, what is to be done. Right. Now this is only for addition and subtraction. I will do one more question for multiplication and division also. So the next question is, express the correct answer. Express the correct answer to the appropriate number of significant figures. The first one is 3.412 multiplied by 11.5. Multiplication. Answer is 39.2380, and I have rounded it to 39.2 here. Why I have rounded it off like that? That you have to search. 80.674 6.2, and I have written this answer first as 13.0119. The final answer I am reporting just 13. See the third one. 5.28 multiplied by 0.156 multiplied by 3, 0.428, and this is 57.7345, and I have written it as 57.7. See here, 3, only one significant figure. If this is to be reported only one significant figure, answer would have been 5, but it's not correct. That's why we have done like this. Right, now one more, last one. Fourth one, 618 multiplied by 0.03546 plus 406.27. So it should be, answer is 21.9142, and it should be added. This is to be added because first we have to multiply and then we have to add here. 406.27, and the answer should be reported to only 2 decimal places. So 428, least number of decimal places, 18 is the answer to be reported. So these are the some questions on addition and subtraction of the significant figures. I hope that you understand all these concepts. Right, so what is important? Rules are important, but there is this probability that they will ask, state the rules. They will give you a number, you have to identify the number of significant figures into it, or they will ask you to do certain calculations, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and you have to report it, answer in proper way. Addition, subtraction, see the number of decimal places, answer should have least number of, answer should be reported in such a way that it should have least number of decimal places. We have to see those numbers which are to be operated. And multiplication and division, it depends on the significant figures, least significant figures. Right. Now we'll go ahead and we'll see the next important concept in this topic and in chemistry itself, which is the atom and the molecules. So when we learn chemistry, there are various ways to define chemistry, but one way we say that it is a study of atoms and molecules. What we study in chemistry is nothing but atoms and molecules. Now these are two different terms. Atom term, we know that this atom word is from Latin word, and the meaning is non-divisible. A is prefix used here, which means non, and then divisible, like that. In many languages we use this prefix A. For example, you can take my name, it is AVINASH, right? So this A is the prefix, means which is non, and Vinash is nothing but distant, which is destroy in that sense we said. So it is non-divisible, like that, the same meaning we can say. But thing is that this A is used as the prefix in many languages. We can say this is maybe origin of Sanskrit, but thing is it is non is the word for A, an atom, which is nothing but that part which is non-divisible. Molecule is the word which is coined by Avogadro. He has immense contribution in the chemistry. As we learn some basic concept, we will come to know how his contribution is important. So first we will see the difference between atom and the molecule, because many times we use this word, so we should know what is the difference. First I will write the definition and you will see where the difference exactly lies. This is the smallest particle of, this is also smallest particle, this is element, and this is element or compound, and this element or compound. For that, we have a term. We call it as substance, pure substance, but no one need to write substance here. Substance means pure substance. Smallest particle of element which may or may not have stable, independent existence. We'll see what we mean by this. But molecule is the smallest particle of element or compound, which we call it as substance, which have stable, independent existence. Now, what we mean by this? See here. I write here one simple flow chart. You will come to know what we mean by this. This element or compound, they are made up of molecules, and these molecules are made up of atoms. Right? Elements or compounds, they are made up of molecules, and the molecules are made up of atoms. Molecule of element, only one type of atoms. It consists of only one type of atoms. And molecule of compound contains two or different type of atoms. This is one way to simplify it. Now we'll go again to this part. Smallest particle of element which may or may not have stable or independent existence. If we consider the noble gases like helium, its atom exists. So this is the atom of helium as well as molecule of helium, because it has stable existence. But look at the oxygen. It never exists as O. It exists as O2. So O is an atom, but it does not have stable or independent existence. So how it exists? It exists as O2. So O2 is a molecule. Molecule of what? Molecule of the element oxygen. And what is this? Just O is a single atom of the element. So which elements atoms have stable or independent existence? Noble gases. What about hydrogen? It won't exist as H. It exists as H2. Stable existence, like that. So smallest particle of element which may or may not have stable independent existence, and molecule is the smallest particle of substance. It may be element or compound which have the stable independent existence. So I have to see these differences. The molecules of element contains only one type of atoms. The molecules of compound contains two or different type of atoms. For example, molecule of oxygen, it contains O2, like that. We'll see the different type of molecules, and then this concept is more clear. For time being, you just understand the definition and the meaning of which may or may not have stable independent existence and which have the stable independent existence. Smallest particle, element or compound. This is the way in which it should be. Right, so do all the homework and understand these two definitions, and tomorrow's class will just develop these concepts of atoms and molecule, so that there should be clarity in the concepts. So thank you for watching this video.